Isaiah 58:1. Cry loud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show thy people their transgression. Yeah, so I'm a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Yahawashi on our side, so don't try to move us. We got next, man, this wicked kingdom's almost over. For our people, edification, my folk soldier. Isaiah 58:1. Say let the trumpet blow. Hey, we them Hebrew Israelites, it's time to let them know. Say let the trumpet blow. It's time to let them know. We them Hebrew Israelites, it's time to let them know. To cry loud, spare none, show them transgressions. For my people never considered they the real Jews. History stolen with that whip, got our back bruised. Still dying in the ghettos, got us trapped in this matrix. Time to open up your eyes, it's too real, we can't fake it. The Most High's on its way back soon. The whole reason why we went into slavery, cause we broke the commandments. Deuteronomy 28:68. Who is this nation of people? Not the seed of Ham, but the seed of Shem. From the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Revelation 2:9. Don't let these fake Jews tell you a lie. In due time, they all bow down. I wanna get my crown and stand firm in this truth. Ha Mashayach Yahawashi, that's his Hebrew name. Wasn't no J's in the Hebrew letter, so I carry this truth like I carry my sweater in the winter cold. This what you ain't been told. Esau is cover blown. We let the trumpet blow and let all my ox know that you a set apart nation, ain't compared to none. And when the Most High return, these other nations done. Isaiah 14:1, we gon' possess the land, and they gon' try to cleave. And the Most High said it all is book of prophecy, a hard pill to swallow, but when that light shine, it's real bright, and the Most High is our lifeline. So Quam Yasharala, rise, O Israel. Hey, Quam Yasharala, rise, O Israel. It's time for you to wake up out your sleep. Romans 13:11, our salvation is near. Lift up thy voice in the streets so the whole world hear. Yeah, so I'm a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Yahawashi, he on our side, so don't try to move us. We got it next. Hey man, this wicked kingdom's almost over. For our people, edification, my folk soldiers. Isaiah 58:1. Say let the trumpet blow. Say we them Hebrew Israelites, it's time to let them know. Say let the trumpet blow. It's time to let them know. We them Hebrew Israelites, it's time to let them know. Hey, let the trumpet blow. It's time to let them know. We them Hebrew Israelites, it's time to let them know. Would you denounce wicked traditions or not? Go to church on pagan Sundays, don't keep the Sabbath at all. That's why we standing on these corners, get this message to y'all. That you living in the wicked world, they knowledge is flawed. Full of satanic practices, the Vatican worship the Black Madonna on the low. While we die from Planned Parenthood, this is woe. Why you think we quoting scriptures, going head up with the beast, spreading righteousness, oops, leaving our enemies duped. This institution is through. We got the spirit of a lion and the power of Yeshaya. There's no way we could expire. I'm on fire. The Messiah is the root of the fire that be all up in my bones. And the prophet ain't respected at his home, but the truth won't stop. Don't try to make us to be wrong. And the scriptures bear witness to the things that we speak. Blow them trumpets, blow them trumpets. We them Israelites, man, and we 12 tribes deep. Hear the message that we speak. Blow them trumpets, blow them trumpets. We them Israelites, man, and we 12 tribes deep. Hear the message that we speak. Well, I'm a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Yahawashi, he on our side, so don't try to move us. We got next, amen.
I'm tired. I've been on this plantation all my life. I've been enslaved all my life. I'm tired of being pushed and pulled. I'm tired of the master doing his bidding. I want to leave.
this to yourself, Pats.
You know why we not afraid? What? He's great and terrible. Terrible is destruction. Y'all think it come back in all peace? You got another thing coming. So we out here fighting for our brother. We ain't marching saying, yes, we can. No justice, no peace. We go. Let's fight for your sons and your daughters.
I'm not rap too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker popo. This my battle cry. Isaiah 14:21, that ancient version of that gun that they stole our name, they stole our shit. We real Judites, motherfucker Jewish. We lords, generals, arm your soldiers. We fight tonight like we supposed to. They inherited lies. I'm referring to all whites. I'm referring to riches, white privilege, given through genocide. And they gotta pay for that. God say Jacob gon' take it back. I cry aloud, I spare not. This good bread, my sharecrop. This lily grew through concrete. We march to our own drum beat. We the chosen. No inclination to kick it with y'all. Raise Babylon to the ground, then watch it fall. Obadiah said you'll be wiped up for theft. These are just words, worry about what come next. It's for Negroes, Latinos, we better than all, not equal. My natives no red dot that feather. Me primo be smooth like that leather. Until it's time to bring the war dogs out, put the headdress on. War paint and I'm not rap too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker popo. This my battle cry. I got the spirit of grandfathers past. Front porch sitters, Nat Turner dangerous. A real life illustration of angry and Nat painting. Of Malcolm staring out the window with patience. One hand on the curtain, right hand on the AK spits. 47 rounds, all to bring down Satan. Same way Abel was killed by Cain. This will be an introduction from the fuck shit into the fire. Probably join the list of artists who died before they retired. Most High said I'm hired. Sire will never spit a line aimed at my kind, less meant to uplift. Toughness will be redefined in my rhymes. A squad of men with the spirit of God, with an affinity to point their weapons not at the brethren but at the enemy. Khaki colored kids, baptized in the flames of combat fashioned. In the trap we escaped, our fate was to be great and noble. Moses reincarnate, so be hopeful and know I bring word from A and O to Pharaoh and white folk, let my people go, cause it's my battle cry.
All right. Shalom, Israel. Most High bless. Thank y'all for tuning in to F.O.P.E. Civil War. I am your host, Shar Sham, for our People's Edification. And I got a guest today, my sister, our sister, Nay. Oh, y'all know us, Naya Drake. She did the song, I Don't Want to Cry No More. Welcome, sis, to the platform. As usual, you know, when you hear you come tune in with us, we appreciate you.
All praises. Can you hear me? Everybody hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
So, family, today I just wanted to go into about why are the meat prices is high and us continuing to prep. So I got a few videos I wanted us to look at, and then we can examine what's really going on and why what's happening. Shalom to the chat, Star, Lima, the Elder Tashaka, King Jude, the big salute, Shar Yahawashi, Shalom, Star, love you, Queen, Obadiah, Israel, Most High, bless Lord. Everybody else that's in the chat, thank y'all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe to the video. I appreciate it when y'all like and subscribe to the video, because it helps get us into the algorithms, even though YouTube is not letting us monetize, but that's okay. As long as this message get out to who needs to hear it is what matters the most. So first of all, I want to give all praises to the sisters out here that's out here prepping, like our sister Nate Drake. She's going hard right now for the prep for her family, and as a single mom, doing it by herself. So all you guys out here who trying to make an excuse as if you can't go prep, get food, do what you got to do. This sister been in and out of stores all day, getting food, lifting water by herself, 50-pound bags of beans, getting all types of canned goods, and doing everything she got to do for her children to protect her kids. So I want to give my sister some praises and big salute and honor to you, sis, for doing what you got to do. Most High bless you, sis.
All praises. Thank you.
Shalom, Lima. Most High bless us. So, yeah, you want to say anything before we start, Nay?
No. We can continue on, but yeah, but you know what? I do want to say this. I just wanted to encourage all sisters. Anything is possible with the Most High, and just got to stay in the faith and pray, and just have a budget. Just stock up whatever you need. Get 10 cans at a time. Get anything at a time. It's not going to take overnight, but long as you stick to the routine and the plan, everything will fall into place. So yeah.
Right, because people act like it's hard and it can't be done when it can be done. So we got a few videos we want to play, and I got one that's speaking about the farmers, okay, and what they talking about and how we get our harvest. So from after viewing this video and me examining it and watching it, I believe that we may be okay for food for this year, so that to y'all who stocking up, keep stocking. But in 2023, early 2023, when the harvest is supposed to reset, because food is already scarce now, it ain't going to be none. And I think after we view this video and see how farming actually work and how the crops work for the meat and everything, and this is the reason why the price of meat has gone up, because they're going to tell you how it's hard to raise the cattle and how it's hard for them to put meat on the stores for the people. So whatever is going to happen this year, the so-called second lockdown, and what's going to go on into the beginning of 2023, this is, I believe, from the timeline and how they speaking, is where all the issues going to be. And y'all will understand why I'm saying what I'm saying when these farmers and this lady explain how the farming work and the cropping work for the people. So I'm going to pull up this video. And I want to share this video with y'all.
Hi guys, it's Sandy. So I just wanted to get on here and read a note, a letter that I got from, comment, I don't know what to call it, that I got from someone who watched a video. So a couple videos back, I did a video about warning, what the farmers are telling us, and I shared a video within it of what a farmer was saying and how she was saying it's not going to be okay. I got quite a few comments from farmers telling me stuff, and it was eye-opening, because I can watch and see what these farmers are saying, but to actually get the people that are boots on the ground that are experiencing it, that was something that I was just so happy that I heard from some of these farmers, because I want to share it with you. I want to share just a few of the comments that I got from that video, and I want to read them to you, because you need to hear what these people are saying who are actually working, you know, in the farm business or working in the grocery store business. I've got one of those to share too. I just want to let you know that I'm listening and I want to share this with other people. So I really appreciate those comments. But let me read what this one farmer said. I have 3 things I want to tell you about. And I've also got a can and cheese. I'm going to tell you why I have these, because of the price increase, what I have seen, what I just saw in the grocery store. Okay, so this was from a farmer, and this was off of my video that farmers are sounding the alarm that we need to listen because food prices are going to increase. I will put that somewhere up here, the video too, link it for you. So this is what this farmer said. As a farmer, I can say she is 100% right. Problem is, people do not understand where their food comes from and are using their grocery store as a gauge for food security. Because when we go to the grocery store, it looks like we have plenty of food because the shelves are full. False security. They will pay dearly for this ignorance, and I am not talking about money. What us farmers grow this year is for next year's consumption. What you are seeing in the stores is from last year's harvest. Across North America, there were crop losses, low yields, and hay losses. This resulted in a downsizing last fall of livestock as farmers were unable to get feed for our livestock for winter. This drove hay and feed prices up. Many small farmers downsized to bare minimum, holding enough breeders for spring. This is why you still see meat on your grocery store. The market was glutted. Last winter, prices soared up again and another downsizing happened across the board. Many small farmers were wiped out or only have enough livestock to feed their family. I have quite a few farmers that have commented and said, I'm holding enough for my family, but I can't do this anymore. Last summer, they can't afford it. Last summer, a bulk feed bag was, listen to this, $185 for a bulk feed bag last summer, and is now $430. Again, the meat market is glutted. And
So now, hearing that, clearly letting y'all know right now, it's not going to be meat in the market soon because the price to raise the cattle is way too high. So it's better for them to save the cattle they have and have meat for themselves than to put it on the shelves. This is clearly a tactic of the government, and this is going to cause problems. It's going to cause riots. So the food for the harvest that we got this year was actually food that they harvested last year. Now listen, y'all, very carefully. The harvest for this year was very low. They burnt all the crops. They burnt a whole lot of fields. Bill Gates brought up a whole lot of land. So just know, all of y'all who laying down sleeping, that's not prepping, that's not preparing for what's to come, that's not getting food. In 2023, your ass is going to probably end up starving a lot because a lot of food ain't going to be there because they telling you clearly the harvest for next year is going to be very, very low. It's going to be hardly nothing because they're not giving them manure. They already told them they're not giving them water. I know y'all watched the video back ago when I showed y'all that. So think about it. If the harvest from last year we're eating this year, the harvest that they did this year was very low. It wasn't a lot. It's going to be bad when we hit early 2023, when a harvest hit, because it's not going to be much food and there ain't going to be much meat because they can't afford to raise the animals. You want to say something, sis?
Wow. Yeah, this video is very eye-opening. Because that goes to show that we don't have that much time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually want to put some pressure on everybody to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So
we
that,
looking at maybe
yeah.
9 months max prior to lockdown, because if they supposed to do the second lockdown, we're looking at 9 months max around March. What's that? April, when the harvest come. It's not going to be much food even when the spring hit. The meat, all that, a lot of that shit going to be gone. So y'all better be stocking up now while you have the time. Stock up now while you have the time, because if you don't, you're going to be assed out. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I called my sister today, the one I told y'all about with the 7 kids. She been doing Instacart for months, and we had a long conversation on the phone. And my sister is not an Israelite. She's not even in the truth. And she said, you know what, little brother, I know what you're saying. And I never thought about it. I didn't know that this was really going on. I kept wondering why the shelves was always empty. Today, after I talked to her, she got up and went and spent money and went and prepped, because she was like, I see it now. I got to get food for my kids. Because after I told her what I did, she was like, I can't depend on you. I can't go to mommy because you didn't took care of mother. I got to do for myself because her kid's father ain't there. So she understood. So my sister got 7 kids, went out by herself to go make sure she had food and a bunch of canned goods and dry food that I told her to pick up for my nieces and nephews. So it's no excuse that a man can't prep. And she's on a fixed income herself. So we will continue on.
It now costs more to feed an animal out than when you sell them for. Reread that. I'll read it again. It now costs more to feed an animal out than what you can sell them for. To turn this around would mean having to hold back babies born this year and next to get our livestock back up. Many countries have banned food exports for the same reasons. So there is no way to replenish these losses. When you drive down the road, look and see how many fields are not planted. Those low yields and crop losses last year affect seed availability for this year's spring planting. Only June, and we are already seeing total crop losses in some areas. This will amplify the disaster. Even though those farmers that were able to get crops in, will they be able to afford the fuel it takes to take it off and move it to market? I don't know where, think about that. What will fuel prices be by fall? I don't know. So if you want to know if there's going to be severe food shortages coming come fall, ask a farmer. He put these in capital letters. Stop watching the distractions thrown at you. The Johnny Depp thing, the latest political scandal, hockey, etc. You are watching our agricultural sector being decimated right in front of your eyes. We grow it, the truckers move it to market and your grocery store. Farmers and truckers are the backbone of any country. Both have been taken out at the knees. This is global, people. Ice Age Farmer on YouTube, he mentioned this. I really like him too. You should go and check him out, Ice Age Farmer. Ice Age Farmer on YouTube has been following the destruction of our food production and distribution. If you want to see what you have missed, wake up, people. He put that in capital letters. Wake up, people. We are not warning you for nothing. Our families can grow our own food, but can you? So that was from a farmer, and oh man, I read it and I was like, oh my gosh. He's exactly right. He is telling us, he is warning us. So then I read a few other comments, and the farmers were the ones that I was really listening to. But this one girl said, I work at a grocery store part-time. She said, it's my second job. And she said, I cannot believe how each time I go in, so she's not in there every day because it's her second job. She said, each time I go in weekly, how much the prices have gone up. And she said, some of them almost daily. Well, let me just tell you that I have bought this kind. Anybody knows me knows I like to shop at Aldi and Kroger are my two places I go. So this can is just like Rotel tomatoes. It has the green chilies and tomatoes in it. I have bought this forever because we make our own salsa using it, mostly in the wintertime. I bought it for 35 cents forever. I mean, just all the time. I would buy it for 35 cents. Then it went to 42 cents. All right, no big deal. And then it went to 68 cents. And now it's 72 cents. So that price is really going up. And we're going to keep seeing this, you guys. We're going to keep seeing these kind of price increases. We know that we are. And then cheese. Just another thing when I was in the store today and grabbing a chunk of cheese, several, for dinners this week. Cheese used to be so cheap at Aldi. I used to buy it for like $1.45, and then it went to $1.79, and now it's $1.89. So we are seeing increase after increase. Is it going to get to the point where we can't afford to buy the food that we, just enjoy eating, like cheese? And then let me tell you about this one. Right here, you guys, Sam's Club, 6 cans of chicken breast. I would buy this. I did buy this for our pantry. I would buy this for $10.98. Now, fresh chicken is what we use, but this is great for the pantry. So $10.98. And then it went to $15.98. And when I was in Sam's Club the other day, $19.98 now for
Now,
Wow.
I told y'all canned chicken is going to be like gold. I got a heap of that right there when it was really cheap. I got a whole bunch of cans of canned chicken. I told y'all that canned chicken is going to go up. And you know, black people, you Negroes love chicken. Y'all going to go crazy because you can't get chicken tenders. You can do so much with that canned chicken, make chicken tenders and chicken nuggets for your kids. I'm trying to tell you, it's ridiculous how much these prices hiked. See, I've been started prepping years ago, and I was telling everybody else to go prep, but people make fun of you, laugh, da da da. Now even my family saying that this shit ain't a joke no more. It ain't funny no more because they said, "Damn man, I can't believe the prices." I said, "Yeah, I was getting canned tomato stuff like paste for like 32 cents, 34 cents. Now it's up to like 53 cents." You know what I'm saying? I was getting canned goods 42 cents, beans and all that stuff. Long time ago. Stocking up. Now y'all see, remember, I told y'all, go back and look at old videos. I said the cans of chicken breast is going to be like gold. They're going to be very valued in barter trade, especially when it comes to black people, because I guarantee the first thing they're going to ask you if you got some goddamn chicken. Trust me. But it ain't too late to stock up on them. They just going to be a little expensive for you to get those, the good ones. You want to say something, sis?
Yeah, even at BJ's, that the same can of chicken that she's holding, like in the blue pack, it was like $16. $16, and that's only like, what's that? How many cans is in that pack?
Just 6.
Just 6 cans.
6 cans of chicken breast.
For
She said
$16.
now they $19 at Sam's Club. She paid $19 for that, and I got that shit some years ago. I could go in there and show you all the cans I got. I got a whole bunch of them, and didn't pay that much for them. She paying damn near double now, just for 6 cans, and I done got double that for half the price.
That's crazy.
So, as y'all can see, family, times is changing, inflation is happening, and this thing is really going down.
And it's going to move towards hyperinflation as well.
Yep. Sooner or later, that them 6 cans right there gonna be $30 on the shelf. $30 for just 6 cans of chicken. He said, Obadiah Israel said, canned food out here in San Francisco is up to $3. And last year when I was prepping, it was only $1. That's crazy. Do you hear that what that brother just said? The canned goods in San Francisco, and we know San Francisco, California, New York, places like that high, but $3 a goddamn can? Goodness gracious, family. But I'm glad you prepped, Obadiah. I'm glad you listened. I'm glad you went out there to take care of your family. Big salute. Most High bless to you. Big salute to my brother, King Judah. Like I said, family, we're going to be live. The more updates I get, the more I'm going to keep coming on here, teaching and warning y'all to go prep. And to those of y'all that's laughing, y'all might be the ones that's eating your children. But guess what? It won't be me. It won't be me. Ain't that right, sis?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to wait till it's too late. I'm telling you, you're going to regret it.
Six cans of chicken. What was just $10.98 at the beginning of the year. Prices are soaring. And then let me read this last one to you. This comment was a really good one too. So this person said in the comment section on the same one about the farmers are warning us, said, walked into my local wholesale club right after the first COVID lockdowns were announced. The food section looked like it had been looted. Vegetables and fruit on the floor, nothing but dented cans of product left on the shelves. All of the dry goods wiped out. That was then. We were told that time the food supply was not in danger. Did you hear anything at that time? Like there was shortages of toilet paper and people were going out and buying stuff, food definitely because, kind of a panic, but we didn't hear food is in short supply. You're not going to be able to get it later. A famine is coming. The wheat crop and corn crops. We didn't hear any of that kind of stuff. Food, and he said we were told that time the food supply was not in danger. Now they are warning us the food supply is in danger. Just stop and think about that. Same scenario. What will it look like a year from now? He's right. He was absolutely right. Think about that. Now we're being told that there will be a food shortage. Now we're being told that there is a coming famine globally that could hit different parts of the world really bad. What kind of panic is that going to make, whenever people really figure out that there is a food shortage coming? So do your due diligence, be wise, get out now and get stuff in your house. Just beat inflation as much as you can right now. It's not going to get better. The farmer in the last video, when I shared that, said it's not going to be okay. So I have said before, this is not to scare and panic. This is to warn and inform. So that's all I'm doing. I'm sharing what people are telling me. Okay, you guys, please comment. I read the.
Okay. So, that was a good video. And I think after listening to that, family, for us, what the farmers are saying, y'all need to be stocking up ASAP. As much as you can, get what you need while it's out there. Because I believe they're trying to starve the people out. And it's a good tactic. A lot of people ain't going to make it because a lot of people just going to continue buying food, check to check. Like I said, I paid $100 in Atlanta for food and I hardly got nothing and was highly disappointed. And I said, man, I can't do this no more. Like, we're not gonna be able to live like this. Like, you don't get hardly nothing with $100 for food anymore. Like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, sis? Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, the food is increasing a lot, and then the $100 bill is going to be worthless.
I mean, yeah, the way that gas is up, and if they keep going up on gas, they keep going up on food, how are people going to be able to pay their bills if they need gas? How are you going to pay your bill if your food is a damn mortgage bill? Your gas is a mortgage bill. It's $94 to fill my card. $94 a week. That's 4 weeks out of the month. That's $400 for my car alone. Then my wife's car, hers is $91. So you talking about an $800 field bill just to work. You know what I mean? That's $200 less than my mortgage. That's crazy. Nobody should be paying that to drive. To go back and forth to work, to pick your kids up and take them to school and or summer camp and all that stuff. And that's not including you still have to go to the store and things like that, depending on how far, the stores are from your house so you can shop and get what you need. They doing this on purpose. They doing it on purpose.
Yep.
And if the people can't see that, I don't know what to tell y'all. But I got one more video to play. And then I'm going to open up the floor, let people come on. And we could dialogue and talk about it. It's not going to be a long live. And if y'all got any opinions on what's going on, and we'll call it. Now, this is about the manufacturers and the Great Reset and why they doing what they doing.
Good evening and welcome to a super special episode of Facts Matter right here from the Netherlands. We are in Amsterdam covering the farmers' protests that have sprung up across the entire country, with the farmers fighting back against these parliamentary regulations, which are essentially kneecap a lot of them. They told me that between 30 to 50% of the local farmers here would have to just shut down shop. So it's a big, big deal. So we've been driving around the country for the last 3 or 4 days, speaking with the farmers, speaking with truckers, speaking with the people who support them, speaking with scientists who explain to us what the whole nitrogen debate is all about. And we even got to speak with a member of parliament who's part of the opposition party fighting back against these regulations. So we'll be releasing these interviews one by one over the course of the next few days, starting today with the member of parliament, Mr. Thierry Boudot.
how is it possible that in an age where everybody's talking about possibility of food shortages, of insecure supply chains, the Dutch government is pursuing this policy which will lead to even more dependency on international supply chains and thus uncertainty for the Dutch consumers? The answer is that the people governing this country are following the script written by the EU to realize what they call a great reset. They want to make us more dependent on international supply chains. They want to weaken Dutch sovereignty and autonomy. And also, they want to continue mass immigration into the Netherlands. And if you are going to bring more people to the Netherlands in a very small and densely populated country, you're going to need to take the land from the farmers and put houses there. That's the agenda, to turn the Netherlands into a giant city without its own means of production, without its autonomy in terms of sovereignty, but also in terms of food production, and to make people dependent on the international rulers, the globalists who are trying to take over.
So that was one question I had, which is that you have this, the surface level reason is the nitrogen to shut down all these farms. But then the solution would be to essentially, quite literally, shut down so many farms that export billions of dollars worth of food, right? You're the number 6 exporter in the world. So to me, that was always shocking. How could the solution be to shut down half the farms? And a lot of the people I spoke with, they said they're not even being involved in the conversation. They're not being brought to the table to work out a solution. But you're saying that potentially it's because the politicians don't want to fix, they don't want a solution. This is just the reason that they're giving to actually implement something else.
Exactly. And I'll give you a very quick update on the whole nitrogen and how it came to pass. Because in the 1990s, the European Union introduced the Natura, so that's Nature, 2000 guidelines. And that means that certain areas in Europe were picked for the preservation of certain forms of vegetation. And as it happened, the Netherlands was picked to protect moss and clover and some other form of hay and other form of vegetation that do well in relatively poor surfaces where there are not too many things for plants to eat. So nitrogen in itself, more nitrogen oxide in the Netherlands would not be a problem for nature. It would be a problem for maintaining the specific vegetation goals that were set in the Natura 2000 guidelines. And the politicians here are unwilling to do the most simple thing that anyone protecting the Dutch national interests would do, which is write a letter to the EU. Hello, EU, we are no longer going to uphold these stupid guidelines. There's enough clover and moss elsewhere in Europe. We are going to protect our farmers, and we're going to have more trees and other forms of vegetation, which would be a consequence of a bit higher level of nitrogen oxide. That would be the logical thing to do. They're not doing that. They're sticking to these bureaucratic rules that 20 years ago someone said that the Netherlands had to maintain a certain percentage of moss and clover and hay. And indeed, the real agenda behind that is that they want to have a stick to beat the farmers with. And it's not just to facilitate the continuous immigration. There's also a perhaps spiritual or deeper thing that is looming behind this, which is that farmers and in general people living on the land and of the land and with the land, they have a strong connection to the history. They are proud of their often family companies that have been in the family for several generations. And so these are not postmodern, post-historical, post-national people. They are proud family people who have their own business, who live off their own land, who have a connection to the history and to the nature of this country. And so they form a direct threat to the globalists' post-territorial, post-identitarian agenda. The real point here is the Great Reset, mass migration, transnational governance, and that's why people have to become atomized. They have to lose their connection to the land, and that's why they're hitting on the farmers.
You said earlier that one of the reasons that they're implementing this plan is to create more housing throughout the country for more mass migration.
Exactly.
Is that a stated goal, or is that just going to be the effect, and you think that's their underlying intention?
No, it's not a stated goal in terms of part of the same government agenda. They're doing this as if it's an isolated phenomenon, but it is a stated purpose, a stated goal of this government to continue mass migration. And also our current Minister of Housing has been with a camera around the country pointing at farmlands and saying, this is where we're going to put people in the future. So if you put one and one together, it's very obvious that this is part of the agenda, but it's not that they would formally say we're now expropriating the farmers in order to buy housing. They're smart enough not to say it like that loud, but anyone who is clever and connects the dots will realize that this is the plan.
All right, the sponsor of today's episode is a phenomenal company called AMAC. That's AMAC, and it stands for the Association of Mature American Citizens. They are quite literally one of the fastest growing conservative organizations in all of America, and you should website. The second on Capitol Hill. In fact, you can check out you're around these people. You over to amac.us/factsmatter and sign up today. I'll also throw a link down in the description box below. Because you're in Parliament, right? So you're around these people. You understand their thinking. Do they have any even thinking towards the economy and towards the actual livelihoods of the people who are going to be affected by this? Because it's not only the farmers, right? If a farmer needs to suddenly sell half of his livestock, and if every farmer needs to do that, then the price of livestock crashes. Who are you going to sell a cow to when everyone is selling a cow? But then, how about all the cheesemaker, all the truckers, all the people who are going to be affected by this? Is that an actual discussion here within the halls of Parliament?
No, the question is very good, because this is what I've been puzzled by ever since I became a member of Parliament, which it was in 2017. These people, and I think this is true for most politicians in the West, they are micromanagers. So they can only think really about one tiny little aspect of a larger agenda. And so what's happening here in Parliament is we have all these discussions and debates about one specific aspect, for example, the nitrogen stuff, or what price are the farmers going to get for giving up their land and so on. But nobody's talking about, hey, what does this mean in the long run for the options to have our own cheese, to have our own meat in the supermarket? What if we really want to continue this mass immigration and our population is going to grow? I'm opposed to that, but that's what they want. How is that going to affect the nitrogen emissions in general? Because that's another complete illogical thing of their agenda. They say they want to reduce nitrogen oxide emissions, but if you bring in 100,000 people a year net, then your nitrogen oxide emissions are going to increase anyway. So nobody's making these larger analyses of what's going to happen to the economy in the longer run, how are our policies internally consistent with one another. It's one of the great tragedies I find of democratic politics, these are very small, narrow-minded people. And of course, the larger agenda, the globalists' agenda, there are people who are thinking about it and are seeing how all these things are useful and come into play, one and the other. But unfortunately, I'm afraid there are a lot of really stupid people here who just can't see how disastrous their policies are.
So your last comment was pretty pessimistic. So with all the protests going on right now, with the farmers being joined by the truckers, being joined by the fishermen, you don't think they're going to have an effect here in Parliament?
There's one possibility. I've also said this on the internet and on social media. If they set up a strike, a general strike, where they won't deliver us any fish anymore, they won't deliver us any meat anymore, any milk anymore. They won't sell their cheeses to supermarkets anymore. If they genuinely say, okay, this is enough, stop, this is our existential battle, then in about 2 or 3 days, you're going to see it in the supermarkets. And people are going to be like, I'm hungry. Where's my food coming from? But this can only work if the farmers and the fishermen and all the people, and perhaps even internationally, they really form a coalition and stick to it. And we would support it. But I'm afraid that what will happen is more like aggressive demonstrations, and then the public opinion will turn against them, and that government will just top up its offers and give them a little bit more money, and some people will say, and they will break the unity of the protesters, and some people will say, well, I'll take my share and I'll start something else, or I'll send my kids to college or whatever. So I'm pretty pessimistic. I'm pretty afraid that they will, on the one hand, lose the public support by demonstrating too roughly instead of simply not delivering any food anymore, going on strike. And secondly, that many of them will choose their short-term self-interest rather than the long-term interest of the nation as a whole.
So the last thing I wanted to ask you was that right now, a lot of people across the world, definitely in the U.S., are suddenly have their eyes fixated on the Netherlands, right? Everybody's focused here. Every time I check my feed, it's about the Netherlands, the food crisis in the Netherlands, the farmers. And I think one of the reasons is because even though this is localized here, and this is your local parliament, you have similar policies kind of being pushed throughout the world. In the U.S., you have the Green New Deal, which also has a bunch of emission standards. Cow farts were in it, in the first draft at least. So what would you tell to the people watching this around the world in different countries, as they're watching what's happening in the Netherlands, what would you tell them potentially to watch out for in the future?
We are in this fight together. We saw it during the COVID scam. For 2 years, the same monstrous policies were imposed on us in all of our nations. We've seen it with the mass migration. All our peoples are being diluted by the systematic influx of people from entirely different ethnicities and cultures and religions and so on, parts of the world. We are now being disowned from our own creation of the production of our own food and our connection with our lands. Across the board, a radical agenda is being pushed, which is called the Sustainable Development Goals, which with all the climate hysteria, of which scientifically it's bonkers. It's just there is no CO2 problem, but they're creating this madness about it, and ultimately you're going to see that a very small group of people who own almost everything will be richer and richer and more in control of our lives. And we will be weaker and more lonely and atomized, poorer, without democracy, without proper ways to express ourselves, because of also the censorship that we see on the internet. If you zoom out, you see this trend towards bureaucratic dictatorship that is being imposed on all of us. And only if we unite and if we surpass all these differences that have divided us for so many years, and we fight this together, can we succeed? And we must do it. It's the single most existential fight in the history of civilization. We're doing it now, and they want to be ready in 2030. That's the year they set for their goals to have been achieved, the globalist takeover. So we have 8 years to fight this. Let's do it together.
Terry, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, family, a lot of powerful information coming out. What you think about that, sis? The Great Reset.
Yeah, the Great Reset. Yeah, they've been talking about this since forever. And that's, transitioning from the old world order into their new world order, how they want things to go. And, like 8 years is not that long, 8 years, like time is flying by real fast, and 8 years can come by real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the dollar
Truly,
is
I don't think they got 8 years. Not the way that they're going. And with this, Putin, Russia, I don't even think we got another 8 years left in this thing. I'll be surprised if they do 5. If they calm it down somehow. But if shit keep escalating and they take Alaska back, I don't see 8 years in us even being here 8 years anymore. I can't see that.
It's possible that they'll do it sooner. They'll do it sooner, like 2025 or so. 2026.
I mean, the Most High is speeding things up. and you can see that the conflict, it's no more wars and rumors of war. We're actually in war. They having wars. The Pope declared World War III. It's all going down, and we saying it happened. Now, let's talk about 8 years. If the food shortage is happening now, and we know in 8 years, if they plan on having their whole agenda done, how is people going to survive through an 8-year a food drought? Because they're not giving nothing back. They bought the land, and people are going to die trying to eating synthetic meat, and they still took all and vaulted a lot of the organic seeds. So that's a problem. That's a problem. So I don't see people making it 8 years out here. They shut down the Similac. They did the abortion thing. I don't think we got another 8 years. I'm being honest. Not from the way it's looking for me. I'll say maybe 5 the most. That's just my opinion. I ain't calling no time date when nothing gonna happen. I'm just saying that's just my opinion from what I see. I would say 5 the most. 8 years, no. They would have to calm everything down, and it would have to be some type of normalcy. And I don't see that happening anymore. As long as they pushing pandemic, like I don't think we're gonna have an 8-year pandemic. People still wearing masks and scaring people with that, because people ain't waking up to saying, no, this shit bullshit, and this is just made up. You know what I mean? For y'all to control us. So if anybody want to come on, the show is open now. I'll probably be on for like another 45 minutes of that, and then I'm gonna close it out. So if anybody want to come on, get their thoughts or anything, the time is now. And sis, if you want to, you got something else you want to add on, you can go ahead. It's up to you.
Yeah. Yeah, things is gonna happen real soon. So 8 to 10 years, that's like taking a long time for things to be speeding up. So yeah, I agree. Like the technology, everything they already have, the market of beasts is already here. So all they have to do is just put it into place. They have to make it mandatory. That's all they can do, Like when they say it's 2030, oh, we're going to do this 2030. No, they have the technology like right now. Like they have it in store. So, that's all a lie, what they talking about.
Yeah, we know that they got that technology ready, and they can actually do whatever they want when they're ready. It's just, up to them, but it's really up to the Most High how he's speeding this thing up, and who he want woke and who he want prepared so he can protect who for what's to come. Because we know this is about to get scary, and we're about to be living in a time on earth that we never seen before. So
Right.
I respectfully tell everybody, get prepared for it, do what you got to do. Get you a slingshot or an arrow, a stick with a knife or a bat or whatever you can get to protect your house and get some food, because shit about to get ugly. So Elder Don P, Shalom, Most High bless. Thanks for tuning into the conversation. You got anything you want to add on? The floor is yours.
I'm about to jump off.
Okay, now, appreciate you coming on, sis. Most High bless and have a good night.
Most High bless you. Good night.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Elder Don P, you there? Oh, all right. Elder Don P probably be back on. He has he been having issues with his connection be in and out. There you go again. Shalom, Elder, you there? Says you got signal. Don P. Okay, well, I'll wait till you get his mic together. But yeah, family. So I'm gonna say after watching the videos we watched, both of them, I'm gonna give us a good 9 months, if that, maybe 10, before shit get really, really crazy, unacceptable. And they'll be officially controlling the food, and it's going to be really hardly nothing on the shelves. So I'm telling y'all, go out, prep right now, and prep till you can't prep no more on food, water, and medicine, and make sure that y'all family's straight. So when shit get crazy, you don't have to be out there when the people are rioting, looting. You don't have to be out there in the mix of those militia peoples when they carrying the guns and things like that. So your family can be protected and you won't get hurt, because I'm telling you, people are going to be killing when there's a shortage of meat. You saw what it was over toilet paper and paper towels, but meat, it's going to be ugly. Shalom, Most High bless Shar Yahweh. How you feeling, Ak?
Hey man, all praises to Yahawashi Yahawashi. Just listening, man, and understanding that end times are very real, and the Most High only give you a certain amount of time to school, so it's about to get real.
Elder Don P, you got an extra screen open. I muted your mic for that. So go ahead, Shar.
I was just saying that it certainly has the spiritual vibration of the last days, the particular times that we're in. And, you definitely want to be prepared, which is to be ready for something that may be impending concerning danger. And it's better to be wise and be prepared and, be ready to hit the lake if you got a fish for your family, or if you got to have a pantry with food stashed up, and obviously having your mind, your spirit, and your body all intact. Those things are all imperative in this particular time of history that we in. I don't want to be too long-winded, but that's pretty much what I wanted to say, Huh?
Yeah, I appreciate the Most High actually giving us this timetable now, so I can warn the people and tell the people so they can know you got about 9 months to actually get right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got about 9 months to grab your prep, unless they speed this thing up. But like I said, early 2023, first quarter, the shelves going to be very, very bad. I'm talking about slim pickings, because once that new harvest come in and now people knowing this, it ain't going to be no meat out there. Like I said, 6 cans of chicken breasts, $20 now. That's ridiculous. Canned chicken going to be like gold, especially when people starting to barter. And some niggas, they love chicken. They going to go crazy. You see what I'm saying? It's just, it's going to be crazy. Elder Don P, you there? He's still having connection issues. But yeah, it's going to be crazy out there, man. And I just feel sorry for the people who's not preparing themselves and getting themselves ready. And it's going to be worse on now people whose poor can't afford already, trying to buy food during that time when you have the inflation going up even higher. You notice the food prices has just been rising and rising and rising and rising, and have not been going down. Family, I appreciate it if y'all could like the video. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like and share the video. Most God bless. Go ahead, Elder Don P. You got an extra screen open too. I hear feedback.
Oh, you know what? Kill that one. Kill that. That was what the problem was.
I can't kill it. It's you.
Well, I can't find it.
And you got.
Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it in a minute.
Okay.
Man, I was just listening to that video, and I was just like, wow. Because see, mainstream America is not getting what we get.
Mm-hmm.
So they have no idea. They have no clue. They don't have the information synthesized together to give them a holistic world view of what's going on. We hear what's going on there in Deutschland. We know what's going on in Canada. We know that they destroyed over 100 food processing plants in the United States in the last year. We know that they're paying the farmers not to grow crops. We know that, was it 3,000 cows or how many thousand cows?
So anybody who's not stocking food, if anybody who's not stocking food right now is stupid as hell. If you doing, they doing all that, and you think they telling you the harvest they did the year before is the harvest that we got this year. Now this harvest, and they did all that. How much food you think going to be worldwide? Not much. So it's like, that's why I said I thank the Most High for giving us this information, because basically he's telling us we got a pretty much 9 month window to stack during the second pandemic that they're going to throw, which is going to make it worse. And when they put more food in the stores, it's going to be very slim pickings. So get your food, your medicine, and your water now. Start now and don't stop, because it's going to be bad out there.
And if you can, I mean, like Shar Sham's talking about, it's 9 months. Okay, cool. 9 months. If you can, start growing. Start with the G bombs, because that's going to be the healthiest thing for you to grow. That's greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, and berries. You'll be able to survive off that, and that's the food that the Most High gave us. But that has additional medicinal benefits when they're linked together. That's why it becomes a bomb, a G bomb. But yeah, start growing. And it's like, you know what? If you like meat, I would suggest that you start stocking up on your meat and freezing it, or dehydrating it, or doing something with it to preserve it.
Right.
Because you're not going to be, I didn't want to look at the prices of food. I mean, especially meat, it's just been retarded. Right.
The main reason why I'm speaking on the meat, because, you know, a lot of people can't go without that. Their body function off of meat. They meat eaters every day. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to eat food without meat. They're going to want meat. So you got to think about it. A lot of people ain't going to want a diet like that. That's going to drive people crazy or mad, or they just going to go off because they want a cheeseburger. They're going to want a cheesesteak. They're going to want some chicken. They're going to want some pepperonis on a pizza. You feel me? They ain't going to want no pizza. You know what I mean? They ain't going to want no syrup sandwich. They ain't going to want no oatmeal and just, you feel me? Or some fruit. They going to want some meat.
Remember those commercials a couple years back where the person was just going crazy and they said, just here, have a Snickers. It's going to be like that. It's going to be like that. But it's going to be about meat and so forth. It's going to be just like that.
Stock up on vitamins. That's right, sis. I forgot about that. Definitely stock up on vitamins.
And
the meats.
And especially stock up on your zinc. Matter of fact, Minister of Wellness has a special going right now on his immunity package. I just got mine. I'm about to get another one. Zinc is included in it. It's 4 components. Really good deal. You're going to need that zinc because you're going to need to be able to combat any radiation poisoning. And greasy moss as well.
Go ahead, Shar.
I was going to say what's interesting about what you brothers are saying about meat, right? It takes a lot of discipline not to eat meat and to look for protein in other sources and eat vegetables. So America has pretty much programmed Americans to heavily rely on meat.
And that's what I'm saying. You got to think about these white people who hunt. That's what they do. They eat deers and bucks and things like that. You know what I mean?
Speaking of hunting, Shar Sham, I looked into it and I try to get it shipped to me. They won't ship it to me, so I had to call my sister. They'll ship it to her because she's in Nevada, and then she can send it to me. But that wrist rocket, baby, that wrist rocket with the I'm getting a wrist rocket, and then they have a trigger that you can buy with it. Or you can buy, you can buy. It's not made by the same company, but I saw this trigger and I was like, I like that because it'll give you the tension. It's the same kind of release as if you're doing a firearm, and it's got a laser on it. So I'm about to get it. It's about, I think it's 3/8. The BBs that I'm buying are like 3/8 stainless steel. Yeah. So, I mean, beside my other stuff, man, when it gets down to the get down, even if I got to pick up pebbles to make it happen, You know what I'm saying? But at least I got something to work with that got some power. Yeah, so that's that. When you brought up hunting, I just thought about that wrist rocket.
Hey, Uncle Don, you know, hunting is real popular where I'm at in the Midwest. Obviously, being in the land of 10,000 lakes, there's a lot of places to go fishing here. But I mean, just when you look at the so-called sport of hunting, it's real popular up here in Minnesota. So it's a lot of natural food resources up here.
And that's a beautiful thing because, you know, you can, like I said, you can get that wrist rocket that they can't regulate, and you can go after, you know, small game if you want meat.
Yeah, I got a nice slingshot. I got some BB guns. I got a blank gun. I got some rifle shotguns. So I got a whole lot of different type of weaponry. A bunch of hunting knives and
Yeah,
everything.
I gotta get a. I think I'm gonna look at the difference between the 12 gauge and 20 gauge, and then see which one's the best automatic. Yeah, man. Throughout my place, man, it's all kinds of stuff. I got a samurai sword over by the grandfather clock. You wouldn't even know it's there. I got a PR-14 on the coat rack that you don't know is there. I got a Rambo knife sitting right next to it that you don't know there. In the safe, I got the 4.5, the 3.8 special, and the Deuce mag. Which the Deuce mag is a beast. It spits two of them things at the same time, and it's like 8 rounds. It holds 8 rounds, so you get 4 of them off. It's nasty, but yeah, I need to get that shotgun now. That's pretty much the last thing I need to get. I'm always picking up stuff along the way, man. I picked up a container today. This thing it's a beast. It's a 1 gallon stainless steel water jug, and it'll keep water cold for 120 hours. And then I picked up another one a few days ago that was 64 ounces. But when you got an opportunity to get some fresh, clean water, you need someplace to put it in. You know, because my thing right now is it's like I'm gonna be here as long as it takes to get things settled for me to leave.
Yeah, that pellet gun good too. Definitely. You can use a pellet for small game. You can get a BB gun and use a BB gun as well and kill small game animals. So a lot of people don't know that. So BB guns go a long way, as long as it's powerful enough. And you get a good type of BB, shoot something in the neck or in the right area, you'll kill it.
And what I try to think about, when resources aren't going to be available anymore. Because, like, you know, if you need a BB gun or the pellet gun, you're going to need the CO2 cartridges. What happens when that's not available anymore? And that's what I really liked about the wrist rocket. I was thinking about that.
That's why you stock up now. I got a whole bunch of CO2, like hundreds. I think I got like 3 boxes of the 100 CO2s and joints. Yeah, I bought a whole bunch of them.
Nice.
So
yeah, I just bought a 19-inch gas grill, and I'm about to buy a dozen 16-ounce gas cartridges. Just that's the backup, because everything else is solar and electric. Beside my gas generator, you know, I got my solar generator, but I got my gas generator too as a backup. So yeah, it is about getting ready, man. It's like we ain't spending money like we used to spend it on stupid stuff. You know,
Uncle Don, it ain't no time to buy no Jordans or no PlayStation 5 cereal.
That is so real. That is so real. If it ain't gonna add value to your life and the longevity, man, you need to leave it alone. You need to leave it alone, because them Jordans ain't gonna feed you. You ain't gonna be able to get on that PlayStation because there ain't gonna be no electricity. Unless you know, mess around and
From what I read, it ain't gonna be no 911 to even call. Let's go get real, okay?
No, and that's
what it's really gonna be a joke.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, like I said, you know, we gotta take it back to the time where, like, we're Renaissance man. Know and have many different trades up your sleeve, so you can know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, how to protect yourself, how to sew. It's like they do in the military. you know, how to be a medic. You're gonna need to know these things, because if the world go obsolete and you go obsolete and you're not going to be dealing with the powers of being a government, you're going to have to learn how to deal with a toothache and might have to work in your mouth. You're going to have to learn how to, if you get a bad cut, sew your wound up. I mean, it's things that we need to start learning as people that we don't know. Just start learning that.
That's for sure, man. I mean, it's like if you haven't taken a first aid course, you know, you could probably do one online, you know, just so you know what you need to know. And like Shar Sham was saying, hey, start getting them pads and tape and all that stuff, because you got to realize we're not going to just be going into this thing worried about government and what they do. We're going to have to be worried about these crazy ass crackers. Especially if you're prepared, if you're preparing yourself, we're going to have to start worrying about them, because folks going to want to come and take what you prepared. That goes back into that conversation that we've been having for the last 3 days. Yeah, folks.
Hey, Uncle Don, it's saying Isaiah that every man is gonna flee back to his own country, boy. This gonna get real when the anarchy jump off.
Hey, and the thing about it is, why everyone's gonna flee back to their own country is because that's the closest level of trust that you can, you know, create.
Right.
With your own country, man. So I definitely can see that, and I can see the reason for it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's going to be crazy out there, and I just hope I just hope everybody, you know, do what y'all got to do before it's too late. So I pretty much think the Most High is giving us a timetable before it get real crazy for us with the food. So we telling everybody, please go out there, prep. I feel like we got about 9 good months left. But I would say the later months probably going to be the more scarce months for food. So start now and get all that you can get while you can still get it before it get bad. And they try to take control of all the resources, because you don't want to be controlled out here. You don't want to be in lines. You don't want to be standing in lines to be giving out rations, and you don't know what they putting in the food. They might be giving out rations of food that's the synthetic food with the synthetic meat to test it on the people. So you don't want to be the ones that's, you know, being a test dummies.
They already got their version of Soylent Green, that fake ass meat. I'm like, I'm not eating that stuff. I don't know what's in there. Man, I don't trust these people. These people are cannibals, if y'all don't know. These people are straight up cannibals. They got there's a company, I believe it's in Sweden. They're producing human flavored flesh. What do they call that? Near meat or whatever? What do they call ultimate meat or whatever? Yeah. Fake meat, but it tastes like human flesh. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Elder Tashaka.
You people are just proving who you are. You really are. And we see you all throughout Scripture. That's why the Most High got rid of you the first time. So, it's going to be real. So we're going to have to not only protect and provide for ourselves, but we're going to protect ourselves so we don't become a food source.
Hey, I got a precept. Y'all can speak on it. Can I read it out?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time.
Con. And definitely got a short time, and y'all can see the wrath is coming. And I just wanted to open up some of y'all eyes and let y'all know what's going on so we can be prepared, because like I said, I'm getting my house ready I hope you getting your house ready. All the rest of the brothers and sisters, I hope y'all getting your house ready, because y'all clearly see what's coming down the pipe. Even the Gentiles is worried. They trying to fight. And like I said, it's mainly hurting them the most because they losing their land, they losing their homes, and everything that they thought America had for them, it's not there anymore. You know, it's gone. Their American dream, the apple pie, the baseball, everything that was good for them has been taken away, you know. And I hope y'all can see that. To all y'all out there who are laughing at the brothers and sisters, and when we come over here to tell the people to prep and prepare, y'all the ones that's going to be in the worstest conditions because y'all not paying attention and y'all not listening. So I hope y'all take heed.
You know, it's Shar Sham, for those who don't want to pay attention to what's going on, because I mean, I see people just living their lives every day, just like it was in the days of Noah. And for those that don't want to take heed, they gonna get caught with their pants down. And we can only do so much in terms of, you know, information. And just tell them, hey, listen, I mean, it's like, and it's like serious too. You can just like watch the news. Although I haven't watched mainstream news in about 5 years. But you can watch the news. I'm sure they're saying a little something about what's going on, and it should make your ears perk up. But you know what? Christianity has people so disillusioned that they can't see the signs of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad, man. It's like, I mean, I don't have a whole lot together, but I'm doing what I can, man. I got a 6-person tent just in case I have to find myself outside. I got my solar generator. I got my 12-volt battery refrigerator freezer. I got my gas generator. I got my little gas grill.
Sister
and then
said
everything that I cook on is everything.
It's a shortage of 911. I said the sister said it was a 911 dispatches. That's crazy.
They can't hire cops. They can't even hire cops. It's just like it's the system.
Yeah, family. Well, you know it's crazy out here. So you know we gotta take care of ourselves. So I hope I hope y'all prepping before it's too late. You know, that's all I'm gonna say. I hope y'all prepping before it's too late, because at the end of the day, we're not gonna make it if we don't.
Facts.
We're not.
Facts. We're not gonna make it. I mean, it's like, and if the Most High puts it on your heart, you better do it. Because if not, that's disobedience, and you're gonna pay for that. You know, not like if you weren't aware and he didn't bring it to your, you know, conscious thought, and you find yourself just caught up in it. That's a little different than when he tells you and you don't do it. Okay? For him, as James would say, that's sin.
Okay. Well, anything else you want to add out of the P? Anybody else want to come on? Y'all can come on, because other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out and call it. Damn, this wasn't even a long live like I said it wasn't going to be. You know, I hope somebody got edified and took something from it. I didn't plan on it being a long live anyway, but I just wanted to inform y'all on what was really going down today. And you know, I love you, brothers. It reminds me of Noah's Ark. Get ready, my people, Negroes only. Qanath, the water, Most High bless. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like Noah's Ark, you know. They laughed until the flood came. Like the Most High said, they was partying, dancing, drinking, being merry, till the flood came, and then asking Noah to let us in, and it was too late. You know, that's the situation we in right now with our people, because they being ignorant, you know, and we just trying to tell them the truth. They think everything a joke, everything a game, until it's too late. And like I said before, I can't help you. You know, you on your own. But tell our brothers and sisters out here that's taking heed and doing what you got to do to take care of your family. I appreciate y'all, and we love y'all, and keep up the good work, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be the ones caught out there. You want to be out there having to cook your kids, and I can't see myself doing that anyway, eating no human flesh and killing one of my children from the lack of bread. It's not that bad for me. I can't do it. So that's why I'm prepping now.
There's really no excuse. There really is no excuse. I'm a single man, never been married, have no children. Only thing I got to worry about is me and my dog. And I'm doing this. I could imagine if I had the greater weight of children and having to do this. Y'all better get real with this, because you ain't gonna want to see your baby starving. Like Keturah was watching Ishmael starve. Y'all don't want to be in that position. Y'all don't want to do that. Y'all don't want to do that. So Sujin don't need your money. Okay, you take that money and go to a grocery outlet. Go get you some rice and some beans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just being practical, so don't get mad at me. Don't beat up on me now. I'm just being practical with the thing.
Yeah,
It's real.
y'all better, because like I said, at the end of the day, you're going to regret it. And like I said, your family is more important. Don't worry about what people say about you, friends, family. Like I said, I prepared my mother, helped my older sister. Now my other second oldest sister, she getting it together. I'm helping her, telling her what she need to get to prep for my nieces and nephews, and she out getting her food on her own, doing what she need to do for her house. Like people who not even in the knowledge starting to listen and realizing that we're right. It's going to be all fun and games until your stomach rumbling and you ain't ate in 3 days and you going crazy. When you don't eat, like even myself, when I don't eat, I get cranky, I get bitchy. Like sometimes if I don't put nothing more in my stomach, Now I can imagine if you ain't eating 3 days, I'm going to be a total bitch. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna be upset for no reason, feel delusional because your body doesn't have nourishment, and you don't want to go through that. So, just get some food, man. Stock up for your family, and imagine how your kids are going to act out not eating. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be driving you crazy, and it's gonna do a lot to people's psyche when you don't have nourishment in your body or no food and water. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that to yourself. You don't want to put yourself in that position. So get your food while you can.
Yeah, and stock up on water too, because that's really important that you be hydrated and you stay hydrated. Even if you got to figure out a schedule so that you ration in your water so much per day per person. Because the seriousness with food and water is this: when you are deprived of those, that sends your system bonkers, sends it wacky, and you won't be able to think clearly and make good decisions, and will have no discernment. And probably after about 3 days without food, that's going to set in. And definitely, without water, you're going to start. I mean, that's a real common one. People know what happens, that people start hallucinating and all kinds of stuff. Our whole
Mm-hmm.
thing right now talking about is self-care. Self-care was for Don P is self-care. But for those who are applicable, it's not only self-care, but it's family care. That's your responsibility, especially if you're a man. That's your responsibility. Anyway, let me shut up because I'm about to
And
get up
you're
on
right. The
that
problem
go
with our
soapbox.
people is they never want to plan. And when somebody do want to plan, people just, try to make fun of them or ask you why you doing this or why you doing that, until it's too late, But the thing is, I hate the fact that it's always the ones who was against what you doing. They the ones always get to reap the benefit. That's what I hate. or they always feel like they should reap the benefit and ain't leave no foundation to help do anything. That's the terrible thing about what goes on in families and black families and us as, Israelites, and keeping our faith. And we try to, tell people who that's not in the faith to do what they got to do. But we get so much slack just for being different. They look at us as we crazy or we weird, or you don't need all that food. It's just too much, or you just wasting money
Yeah.
So
The thing is, though, here's the deal. Even if we're 100% wrong, there's still food you can eat. Bottom line, you ain't lost nothing. You can still eat that food. Even if we're 100% wrong, that's still food you got in your pantry. So I don't understand, I can't see what the argument is. I need to go get me a 50-pound or 100-pound sack of rice, even though don't need to be eating that much rice. But just to have it. Y'all, I don't know if y'all heard about some of them stories, like during the Dust Bowl in the United States, during the Great Depression in the United States. I don't know if y'all heard them stories. They were nothing nice. Y'all can kiki and ha-ha all you want right now, but this stuff is serious, The scripts tell us to be like the ant. Well, guess what, guys? It's summer. Time to stock up, because winter's coming. Same thing with the squirrel. Squirrel go get his nuts. He get his acorns while he can. In the winter, he's sitting back, chilling. And any squirrels didn't get it. No, don't come knocking on my tree door, nigga. You should have been out there, but you was out partying at the beach and whatnot, and doing you during the summer. Now it's winter. So anyway,
yeah, Kevin Samuels, he kept trying to warn the people. He said, winter is coming, and I kept wondering what he was talking about while he was saying that, and I knew it was some type of subliminal situation. I just didn't understand. But he kept saying, winter is coming, and I believe he was talking about he was saying stuff about the New World Order. He was giving out hints, and I think that's why they killed him. That's just my honest truth. If you go back and look at his old lives, I think that's why they killed Kevin Samuels, because he was trying to warn the people. So, and I know a lot of people may not believe that, but go look at some of his latest videos he did. The last one, when he was getting on the women, getting on the men. And he kept talking about what you're going to do. Winter is coming. You better bundle up. Make sure you got this, that, he's like putting out there in like subliminal messages. You know what I mean? But I don't think.
Because he was an agent. He was an agent. That's why we said he was an agent. That's why we were saying some of the things he was saying. And he was saying some things in just so it would deflect. But he was definitely an agent. And yeah, he went sideways. I didn't, you know what? I didn't know that in Shar Sham. But knowing that in, you Martin Luther King Jr. You got to go. You got to go.
That's what he was saying. And I think that's why they killed him. Because they saw he was trying to warn his people with subliminals. And you got to think about it. He got 24,000 people watching him. He live telling the people, you better hurry up. You ain't got that much time. This and that. Winter is coming. It's like he telling the people. And I was like, and I kept looking up, what is this winter is coming? What is this winter is coming? Like this shit. I was trying to figure it out.
I got to look into it because I never heard that argument. I never heard that before.
The sister said that the president of China also said that too, that a dark winter is coming. So what exactly does that mean? So obviously he didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know what a dark winter can also mean?
No,
what
I'm just saying.
Like
when he said winter is coming, and then she said the president of China was saying also a dark winter is coming. So I think it all like correlate together hand in hand. But the main focus is winter is coming. Whatever winter is coming is code for is what he really meant. Subliminally.
I think the president of China, Xi Jinping, I think he means a nuclear winter is coming.
Well, like I said, the scripture says, pray that your flight don't be in winter. And I think that the hard, not for real, but I think the hardest lockdown is they're going to do it in the cold because they know majority of the people ain't prepared, and they could kill people by freezing them out, cutting the grid, doing all types of shit. And that's what I was saying. So I believe, we need to prepare definitely for the winter. That's why I was telling people stock up on cough syrup, honey, cough drops, soups, medicine for your children. Make sure y'all have some type of heating mechanism if they do cut the grid, so you can keep your house warm. Get your butane stove with some butane fuel. Get some what's those candles? What they call, like tea tree candles that burn for hours. You can go get 100 pack of them off of Amazon or anywhere. I got like 500-600 tea tree little candles. You can use that as a heating mechanism with a clay pot you get from Home Depot. Put 4 of them in a clay pot with a stainless steel pot at the bottom, and then they heat the rum up. So be smart because you might need to save some energy.
Yeah, and you got to be careful too. Be careful too that what you're getting for a heating element won't turn around and be detrimental to you in terms of poisoning, like CO2 and stuff.
Gun, wheat flour, white flour to make unleavened bread. You're absolutely right. And get you a carbon monoxide detector, one that doesn't run off electricity. You can get one that you can put batteries in. Well, I think they got a solar one too that they use in van life or something like that, where it can run off of the rays of the sun. So definitely get those things. Stock up definitely on batteries of all sizes that you need. You should have 200 to 300 batteries of AA, AA, and the big AAA batteries, because you never know when you need them for your flashlights or whatever. You ain't got to get no Duracell or what you call it, other brand. Everybody use Energizer. You can get the cheap brand and use them as moderation as long as they work, and you'll be fine. So we got to be smart, family, and prepare ourselves.
And Don P will say it like this: if you can, because not everybody can. If you can, you need to become your own power supply. If you can. Because, and then try to get everything electric, and then like batteries. I just bought some, and I bought rechargeable nickel metal hydride batteries that are rechargeable. And the thing that I bought also charges another size, so it'll charge AAA for me and AA for me. So I'm about to buy some AA's. But if you're your own power supply and you got rechargeable batteries and a charging device, you're going to come out a lot better financially than just having batteries that can store for a certain period of time and then the power is gone out of them. I try to think more, okay, I'm going to be using this for a while. What's my cost look like in terms of batteries? So I think about those little crazy things, because I think this thing it came with 4 batteries and a charger, and I think it cost me like maybe $30 on Amazon. When you know that a 4-pack of AAA batteries can cost you $10. So as long as I use it more than 3 times, I've already broken even, and now I'm going to start saving money. So just kind of think about those things, family. Sometimes things seem expensive up front, but when you look at the cost of ownership, the total cost of ownership compared to the alternative, you actually find out that spending that money up front is going to save you money on the back end.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox, land my plane, and go make something to eat.
Qanath. All right, Elder Don P, appreciate you coming on. Most High bless all of y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. We're going to go ahead and land this plane and call it a night. Hopefully, I guess we might be back live tomorrow. Depends. Thank y'all for tuning in. So hope y'all take heed. Prep, get your food, get ready before it's too late. Shalom.
I'm tired. I've been on this plantation all my life. I've been enslaved all my life. I'm tired of being pushed and pulled. I'm tired of the master doing his bidding. I want to leave.
You done this to yourself, Pats.
You know why we're not afraid? What? He's great and terrible. Terrible is destruction. Y'all think it come back in all peace? You got another thing coming. So we out here fighting for our brother. We ain't marching saying, yes, we can. No justice, no peace. Bring it out. Fight for your sons and your daughters.
I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfuck popo. This my battle cry. Isaiah 14:21, that ancient version of that gun that they stole our name, they stole our shit. We real Judites, motherfuck Jewish. We lords, generals, arm your soldiers. We fight tonight like we supposed to. They inherited lies. I'm referring to all whites. I'm referring to riches, white privilege, given through genocide. And they gotta pay for that. God say Jacob gon' take it back. I cry aloud, I spare not. This good bread, my sharecrop. This lily grew through concrete. We march to our own drum beat. We the chosen. No inclination to kick it with y'all. Raise Babylon to the ground, then watch it fall. Obadiah said you'll be wiped out for theft. These are just words, worry about what come next. It's for Negroes, Latinos, we better than all, not equal. My natives know red dot that feather. Me primo be smooth like that leather. Until it's time to bring the war dogs out, put the headdress on. War paint and I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfuck popo. This my battle cry. I got the spirit of grandfathers past. Front porch sitters, Nat Turner dangerous. A real life illustration of angry and that painting of Malcolm staring out the window with patience. One hand on the curtain, right hand on the AK spits. 47 rounds, all to bring down Satan. Same way Abel was killed by Cain. This will be an introduction from the fuck shit into the fire. Probably join the list of artists who died before they retired. Most High said I'm hired. Sire will never spit a line aimed at my kind, less meant to uplift. Toughness will be redefined in my rhymes. A squad of men with the spirit of God, with an affinity to point their weapons not at the brethren but at the enemy. Khaki colored kids, baptized in the flames of combat, fashioned in the trap we escaped. Our fate was to be great and noble. Moses reincarnate, so be hopeful and know I bring word from A and O to Pharaoh and white folk. Let my people go, cause